Hi guys, welcome back to exmolex. As you can see, my husband Brendan is again joining us today.
What's up?
So today's video is going to be a little bit different than we've ever done before. We're actually going to do a review of a video game. If you didn't know, Brendan and I are both really into video games, and we recently came across one that I feel like will interest at least some of my audience. If you're into gaming at all, I think that you might be interested in this game. So if you're an ex-Mormon, if you are into gaming, or if you love someone who is into gaming and is ex-Mormon or ex-cult of any kind, you might like this game called Cults of the Lamb. If you're a current cult member, this game might make you...
It might offend you.
It might offend you.
A lot. So, spoiler for later in the video, if you're easily offended and part of a cult currently, you should probably stop watching.
That's true. If you are easily offended, this is not the video or the content for you.
You've been warned, so don't come into the comment section and unload all your malarkey, because we told you not to watch.
This game is an indie game, and honestly, it's pretty inexpensive. I think that it was maybe
25 bucks.
Yeah, we got a physical copy. We got it for Nintendo Switch because that's what we mostly play, but I think it's available on pretty much any platform. And you are basically playing as a cult leader. The whole thing is you building and maintaining a cult and gaining loyalty and faith from your followers through all sorts of very cult-like tactics. I feel like there's so much detail that they put into the game that is perfect for somebody who, I mean, okay, it might be like triggering for some people, I will say. This is like the most, I would say like the worst version of a cult. You know, it's not cult light. It's not like Mormonism cult. This is like extreme cult behavior. Yeah. But it does have a lot of things that as an ex-Mormon made me laugh. And I think that's kind of like, you're gonna fall on one side or the other. You're gonna fall into like, this is too much for me, or this is traumatizing for me. This gives me PTSD.
Or if you've gotten past that, it's gonna be cathartic and funny.
Right, it'll make you laugh. I'll be putting some video of this game up on the screen so you can see, but the characters are super cute. Like the graphic style is adorable. All of the little characters that are your followers are little adorable woodland animals. It's
like Happy Tree Friends almost.
Right. It's really, really cute, but also some like really terrible graphic things happen during the game. So as the leader of this cult, there are rituals you can perform.
Sacrifices. You
can do sacrifices. You can ascend your followers, which, spoiler, also kills them. I mean, there's all sorts of things that the game has put in place to basically indoctrinate your followers more. So like, for example, the different rituals you can do, you can force them to work all throughout the night.
Pay tithing.
You can, yeah, they pay tithing. You can marry them. You can polygamously marry them, which gave us a little bit of a kick as we were playing as ex-Mormons.
I mean, you have like a confession booth, so it's got it's got a little bit of Catholicism and Mormonism, and I mean, that's other religions too, but...
You can have disciples. If you level your followers up to a high enough a level, they can become your disciples.
She's started her own file first, and then we started a file together, so I'm not quite to the point where she is yet.
Yeah, we wanted to show you a few of the things from our cult that we made. That's another thing. You can play 2-player, which has made the game really, really fun for us to do together. It's very addicting, but we wanted to show you our cult. This is...
Camp Kolob.
Brendan came up with the name. It was really funny. And then because we made it be Camp Kolob, which is a Mormon reference, we decided to make a few of our followers' names because you can name them. You can not only name the cult, but you can name your followers.
All followers, and you have like 17 characters or something. It's a bit more than standard Pokemon. You can name them something longer.
So we named several of our followers Mormonism-related things. Like, what was the first one that you did?
You did it first, and you did Gordon B. Wrinkly.
Yeah, Gordon B. Wrinkly.
I just barely did Joseph Fielding Dix. And planned to do some more, like David O. McGay and...
Ezra Shaft Benson.
And Ezra Shaft Benson, Cower W. Carter.
I'd have to bleep that one. But anyway, I mean, we kind of had fun.
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young, of course. As ex-Mormons, making our own cult. We had to bring elements former cults into our new cults.
Of course.
The game has elements of both like a fighting style, like dungeon crawly kind of game, but also
like a farm bill.
Yeah, like more like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, some of those like cozy game vibes. And something that's really fun about it that I think is great for like many different types of gamers is that you can kind of decide how much time you want to spend on either of those two elements. They've made it in a way where if you want to mostly stay at home with your cult and, you know, grow your crops and nurture your followers and things like that, you can do that, but you can also spend more time, you know, adventuring and killing things if that's more your style.
If you've played one of my favorite games, Hades, if you played Hades, this game will probably grab you. It's very similar. There's a lot of similarities as far as when you go on, what are they called?
Crusades.
Crusades.
Of course.
You go on crusades to farm more resources or kill enemies for resources. There's certain enemies, I mean, it has like bosses and stuff, and after playing Hades, I've been really drawn into it because it has a lot of similarities as far as like story progression, but like you have to go through a run of different dungeons and rooms and beat enemies, get to the end, and then you kind of go back and then you do it again and go farther type of thing. Gameplay will feel really familiar if you played that, or if you even if you've played like top-down hack and slash stuff like Zelda or even Diablo.
And it's different every time, which is kind of fun. You like, it's a randomization of what kind of weapons you're going to get and which abilities you're going to have.
Which rooms pop up. And then each time you play through, you can collect stuff and level different things up. So each run you get a little bit stronger. You just open more things. There's like different skill trees and stuff too, which is really cool. It's always fun to upgrade stuff. So.
Oh, and there's like different doctrine that you can declare for your followers. There's so many different options, and everybody's cult is going to end up a little bit different depending on which doctrines you give your followers, because you can't get all of them. You have to make choices between them.
Yeah.
And it kind of allows you to end up being either like a nicer kind of cult leader versus, I don't know, it gives you options. I mean, it's a cult. Don't get me wrong, it's a cult. And it's going to be a little bit crazy. But, I mean, I don't know, the followers are so cute. Like, a lot of times I'm like, oh no, like, I don't want bad things to happen to them. So, like, you're trying to be careful and...
But sometimes they're assholes and you just
are like, be assholes.
Get out of here.
Sometimes they're mean to each other.
Sometimes
they fight.
You'll have people, you'll have followers come up to you and ask to do, like, a little side quest, and if you don't fulfill it, they will start to dissent and preach against you. You'll also have people come into your cult area that are not members of your cult, and sometimes if you have like a lot of followers, it's hard to notice them.
Little spies.
The only way that we really pick them up is because we name all of them, and you walk by like their place that they sleep and it shows their name, and when you walk next to them it shows their name, and if I walk by one and it's like, I don't recognize that name.
We didn't name anybody that.
Then we throw them in the stocks.
But yeah, I mean, you can put people in prison, you can kill people, you can marry people. There's so many different things. And at some point in the game, you can allow your followers to sin, which is a really, really fun part of the game as well.
Yeah.
Like drinking and being naked and stuff.
Having a naked dance party. It's funny.
It's
just
very fun.
wear little leaves and run about naked.
Yeah, they won't work. They just be naked. It looked like a fun idea, and then actually getting and playing the game, I was like, I mean, it really is very addicting. Like, you want to just keep going and building your cult and getting more followers. I mean, the whole point of the game is basically build your base of followers, get a lot more followers, and keep them faithful to you. Don't let them dissent. And start to lead others away, lead them astray, if you will.
So that you can go on crusades and just crush everything because you've powered up enough.
Yeah, keep them from being apostates.
It's very fun. We're gonna go play here in a little bit.
Yeah. I looked into a little bit because as I was playing, I was like, oh, the creators of this game must have been involved in a cult or something, because there's so much attention to detail and so many elements. I mean, I couldn't even sit here and list them all. Many elements of cults.
And we're still uncovering stuff.
Right. And so I looked into the history of the game a little bit, and I was actually surprised to find that the creators don't have any cult experience, or at least they didn't prior to creating this game, and they had to do research into it once they decided that was the route they were going to take with this idea that they had. And so when they looked into it, Their like main ideas they had for what is a cult and what is this going to look like was admiration from one individual, or admiration of one individual.
Yeah, for one individual.
Isolation from society, just like when all the Mormons moved to Utah to get away from everybody.
Yep.
Mind-altering practices. So there is like a brainwashing ritual you can do, which is very fun.
Which is the bomb because it keeps your followers from losing any sort of faith over like 2 days.
Yeah,
so
they'll
just
remain
locked.
totally loyal.
It's great.
And ritualistic sacrifices, which is very prevalent in the game.
Big part of it.
And I mean, like, again, as we said, it's not cult light. It is very, very dark cults. There's followers that will ask you to sacrifice them.
It's like not quite as gruesome as Happy Tree Friends, but I'd say it's close.
Yeah, the game is rated T for teen, and I would say that's pretty accurate rating.
Definitely not something I would let my kid play.
Yeah.
Yet.
Not letting the kids play. But yeah, we kind of just wanted to share a little bit about this game with you guys in case anybody wants to look into it. If this, if they're a gamer and this sounds fun to you, or, with the holidays coming up, if a loved one of yours is into cults and learning about cults and is also into video games, it could be a great option. Like I said, we got it for Nintendo Switch. I think
it is available on every console.
I think I
PC.
paid between like 15 and 20 bucks for a physical copy of it, and it's been really fun.
It's been a blast. 10 out of 10.
So yeah, if you guys have played this game, I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments, or if you could think of any more like really funny follower names,
we will name them. Yep.
We've had a lot of fun naming the followers. It's honestly one of my favorite parts, getting a new follower and indoctrinating them and getting to name them. Which also is another thing that I think is funny, getting to name them, because in so many cults, Mormonism included, you get a new name at some point during your like initiation into the cult.
That was another thing that I noticed that was a similarity.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have played, let us know. If you watch this video and you think that you might actually get the game for yourself or someone you love, I would also love to hear about that too. This isn't sponsored in any way. We just really liked the game.
It's really fun. Still playing it. It's been a couple weeks now, and
addicted.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you'll join us in the next one. Say hi to Brendan. He loves being in these videos, and I know you guys love seeing him in these videos, so leave him a nice comment. Super big thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. And extra special thank you to Doug Davis for supporting at the Demon tier on my Patreon. If you guys would like to support my channel and the work I do here, there are links to do so in the description below. Thank you for being here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!